Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there, and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back.
Actor Terrance Howard says that everybody who attended Diddy's parties got fucked and lost their man card. 24 hours later, fans dig up photo of Terrance Howard at Diddy's after party.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there, and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit, because the man card means everything.
I'm gonna tell you something. This pimping that I got in my blood, it came from a family tree. My granddaddy was a pimp. My great-great-great-granddaddy was a pimp. I'm talking about pimping since pimping.
Diddy, and on the impending trial called The Downfall of Diddy, his defense. A lot of people think this is a slam dunk for the prosecution, that Diddy is cooked. That's not the case. There is a real defense here that the jury is going to hear.
In this whole case, the battleground will be consent. And quite frankly, it sounds like at the time people were consenting.
If all the prosecution can offer by way of proof and argument when they put this thing up for trial is that Sean Combs was having threesomes and participating with the enjoyment of legally hired sexual escorts, they're gonna lose.
If you want to be honest, this man's business is not organized crime. He's an entertainer and has been for years, and he's also been very successful in business. To attack him in that way, I think it's not only false on his face, but it really tries to get you to appeal to your biases.
And it involves race. Race is an issue. Johnny Cochran said this in the O.J. Simpson case. Race plays a part in everything, and it will play a part in the Diddy case.
Race permeates everything in the criminal justice system, period, end of story.
The case of Elliot Spitzer, who was the governor of New York, who paid $80,000 to prostitutes to cross state lines. He was not prosecuted. And this is the same U.S. Attorney's Office that is now prosecuting Diddy. So the argument they would make is, what's really the difference other than one guy is black and one guy is white?
And they start making this case, in my opinion, as a takedown of a successful black man.
So we cover what the defense is going to say from very prominent criminal defense lawyers who have won big cases. But what we also do is we have a mock jury that you will see, a diverse jury that deliberates and talks about each of the three counts, and they get into it.
I'm crystal clear that this happens to seriously, 100 dudes, white dudes in LA doing this right now.
Cassie was in a relationship for 10 years. I don't know how you oppose. I don't. If you will. I can't see it if you're in a relationship with him for 10 years.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Sean Diddy Combs.
It's called The Downfall of Diddy, the defense, and it's available now for free on Tubi.
We don't give a fuck! Jesus! We don't give a fuck!
Why this shit piss me off? Like we got Terrance Howard going in on Diddy parties. And then get caught at a Diddy party in '06. I said everybody been to the Diddy party. Everybody having some fun. Everybody trying to throw ones. Everybody trying to grab buds. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But everybody was fucking with Diddy party. Who wasn't going to the Diddy party? Who wasn't trying to be there, my nigga? All white Diddy party. All black Diddy party. Diddy party LA. Diddy party New York. Diddy party Miami. Niggas is getting there. There's gonna be some heavy hitters in the building, man. And everybody trying to be on the scene. So, of course, they're gonna catch Terrance Howard with a picture of Diddy, of him smooching, Diddy smooching him on the cheek and shit like that. You know, Diddy like to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But is Diddy guilty though? Guilty of what? What do you do? Kick a broad upside the head? Think we all a little guilty of that sometime, you know what I'm saying? I know I keep my foot directly on the bitch head. I mean, not saying Diddy don't need to be punished for beating up his girlfriend at that time. Domestic violence is not okay. Nobody deserves to get beat up, man or female. They should be able to be talked to in a understanding manner. And hopefully that whoever is trying to convey their thoughts can get their point across without using violence. But like I said, he did what did he do? Who ain't played the shish kebab? No, who ain't roasted a bride? No Diddy. I just don't get how Cassie could be in a whole relationship expecting all the cash and prizes, running around here, going on every fucking thing, being around Diddy for years, and then she don't get her payday. She goes back to sue this nigga. And they say this is the perfect opportunity for us to just arrest this nigga because Cassie wants some money. Cassie been wanting some money. He been denying the bribe. But when she decided to take it legally, he knew that was a bad sign to where he had to get in front of the publicity. It wasn't about him really worrying about Cassie. He been brushing that bitch off for years. He been said, man, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch. Then she went and did the legal step, like, hey, I'm really going to put it public. It's going to be public record, because that's all it is. That's all this fucking court case is. It's just public record of somebody complaint against somebody else. Come the fuck on. Anybody could write that shit up and have you thinking that somebody really did something out here to somebody. And half that shit ain't proven in court nowhere, shape, or form. Unless it's a criminal case that has been prosecuted by a state judge or federal judge, motherfucker. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. It don't make no damn sense for somebody to be around somebody for 5, 10 years and then turn around and claim that they're abused, that they didn't give her proper notice of this or that, or like he was supposed to tell you every time you're about to have a freak off, like, and then you was supposed to and say that I'm gonna join or not. Like, if he said, "Oh, I'm having a party today," should the bitch run off because she already know what the fuck his parties entail, or does she stick around and like you're no victim at this point? And I don't think there's really nobody that's gonna say you were chained to a bed, put in a closet, or any of this shit that's you getting held out of your own will. No, nowhere. Besides that damn video of him chasing you down and kicking you upside the head, which any bitch could pull a video like that about me. Anybody. Like I said though, domestic violence is not okay. But sometimes, no, I'm sorry, it's not okay. But sometimes you gotta see, hey, don't listen. Did you hear Sean Connery say it? Just a little love tap. Did you hear Ike Turner say it? Just a little love tap. My big boot against the back of your head is just a little love tap. Don't think it's anything else. It is what it is, man. Size acceptance we have, like I was saying.